Hello guys, I'm Veronica.
And I'm Waldemar.
Welcome
to our
new studio!
Woo!
Yay!
Yeah, so the last couple of days we've been tweaking a lot on our channel because we weren't, quite satisfied with the quality of our background especially, but also the videos as a whole. So what we came up with is the green screen, and what you can see behind is the result. So let us know if you love it, if you hate it. We're really working on our channel to improve. So if you have any kind of feedback, we're always open to it. We always want to hear it. There is a lot of changes coming to, not really to this channel, like this is what we've done. You can also see we have a new banner, a new icon. So we really hope you like those as well. But with all these preparations, we're also cooking up something completely new. We mentioned
not completely, because we already did this on this channel, but
yeah,
kind of new.
Kind of. We already mentioned it in one of the videos, so you may be aware, but maybe you're not. So we were going to be making a new channel for movie reactions. Only movie reactions. It's already in the making. We've already recorded a couple of videos. We have, for example, Blade Runner and Taxi Driver, so you can get excited for those. It will be coming out soon enough. We will let you know when it's ready for you to watch. And yeah, I think that's all when it comes to our announcements for the channel.
Yeah, and today, as a good video to start again, we are watching good old George Carlin.
Yes.
And the video we are watching today is called Free Floating Hostility, and it's one of my favorites. It's from the 1996 special called Back in Town. And the reason we are watching this particular video is because it's been uploaded recently, very recently on YouTube. There is this channel called George Carlin Official, or Official George Carlin.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what's the deal. I don't know if George Carlin's family received some copyright rights to George Carlin specials, because before there was no official George Carlin channel with clips. I mean, this channel is like 12 years old, but before there was only interviews, interview with Chris Rock, but not full 20-minute clips from specials, because they belonged to HBO. Now we can watch full unedited 20 minutes videos.
Nice.
Of George Carlin. Yeah, so George Carlin, Free Floating Hostility from Back in Town, 1996. Very good year, I must say. It's the year that we were born.
Yes, that was the best year.
It was.
Everything went downhill from there.
That's true. Yeah, so you're ready?
Yes.
And just to mention, if we have some new people on this channel, I watched this already, and Veronica hasn't. It's like a trope on this channel that not all the videos, maybe not even half of them, but some of them, especially the older ones, usually I have seen them and I'm
showing them to me.
Yeah, that's basically what our relationship is all about.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Now this next piece of material is real simple. It's called Free Floating Hostility. 24 minor cultural items I'm bored with, tired of, and pissed at. So I hope you're ready for a little random anger.
24.
People who make quote marks in the air with their fingers. Are you tired of these people yet? He said he was sober. Hey lady, eat me! Bada boom, bada bing. Next guy says to me, bada boom, bada bing, is getting kicked right in the fucking nuts.
What's wrong with that?
Boom, motherfucker!
I think it's funny.
You want to try bada bing? Bad hair day. Where did this shit come from? What a superficial culture. Put on a hat and go to work, you shallow cunt.
Have you ever heard about Bad Hair Day? Because I haven't.
What? Yeah, of course, I have them.
But like a reason to not do stuff? Like you wouldn't go to school
but
because you have a bad hair day?
No, but I don't think anyone actually uses that. It's just more like you complain that your hair looks bad.
But every morning. But what about it?
Your hair is a bit different.
You put your head under the sink.
Well, when your hair is a bit longer than 4 centimeters, then it actually can be a good day or bad day. You also have that when your hair is longer.
Yeah, but I've never couldn't do stuff because of that.
No, me neither. But I don't think anyone.
What he means here, I think, is that
people use it as an excuse. No, they've never had it. Well, you call your boss, you're like, sorry, you're not coming in.
Yeah, that's what I always understood from this clip, and I always was like what Americans cannot have a sick day, but when their hair is not looking good,
PTO.
then the CEO is like, okay, yeah, understandable.
Maybe.
Also, what is funny about George Carlin is that his vibe, this aggressive vibe, I kind of buy it, but it's weird because it wouldn't look good if he was like a guy who looks completely non-threatening.
Yeah.
But also it wouldn't work if this guy would be too threatening, you know?
I understand exactly
and
what you mean.
He has this balance because he always looked like an old guy.
Yeah. He looks like he's a nice old guy, but also like if he had to defend himself, I think he would do pretty okay. That's my impression. Yeah.
Like a distant cousin of Clint Eastwood.
Very distant. Very distant. And they've never seen each other. Something like that, yeah.
Okay, let's go.
It's a good thing Lewis and Clark never had a bad hair day. Or Daniel Boone, huh? Custer? He had a really bad hair day. But he had it coming, that blonde, blue-eyed criminal fuck. Oh, what about these guys who tell you,
I
heard
went over my
that?
head a little bit.
I heard that. Oh, you did you? Well, isn't this exciting? What is this, a fucking hearing test? Did I wander into a Belltone commercial here? Of course you heard it, you fucking Nimrod. I'm standing right next to you. I'm gonna move down here. I'm gonna move a little farther away. Blow me! By any chance, did you hear that?
It always annoys.
Now, what about these people who tell you their needs aren't being met? You run into this stuff? This is support group shit, 12-steppers. My needs aren't being met. Know what I tell them? Drop some of your needs. Life is a zero-sum game. What else is troubling me? Mickey Mouse's birthday being announced on the television news as if it's an actual event.
Is it?
I don't
that
give
sounds
a shit.
so cute.
If I cared about Mickey Mouse's birthday, I'd have memorized it years ago. I'd send him a card. Dear Mickey, happy birthday. Love, George. I don't do that. Why? Don't give a shit. Fuck Mickey Mouse. Fuck him in the asshole with a big rubber dick.
That is very specific.
Then break it off and beat him with the rest of it. I hope Mickey dies.
That's even more
I hope
specific.
he goddamn dies. I hope he gets a hold of some tainted cheese and dies lonely and forgotten behind the baseboard of a soiled bathroom in a poor neighborhood with his hand in Goofy's pants. Mickey Mouse. No one in the world takes our country seriously. We waste valuable television time informing our citizens of the age of an imaginary rodent.
Also, is Mickey Mouse already in the public domain? I heard some news some time ago that Mickey Mouse is like finishing some, I don't know, 80, 90, 100 years old.
I don't think so. I don't
and
think
that
yet.
it should enter the public domain, but I'm not sure how does it work.
I don't know. But
Because in Disney, they must be, like boiling from the anger, like, oh, money.
Oh, I have no idea. But I don't know also, are they a package deal? Like, did Mickey Mouse come out at the same time as Minnie Mouse and Donald Duck? Or
No. Mickey Mouse was
the first
one, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out. I guess there will be a lot of more marriage with Minnie Mouse if it does come to the public domain.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking, because I heard that it's going on, that it's gonna happen, but for Disney, it's gonna be a big blow financially.
Yeah. Well, if it's just one character, then I guess they can try putting them together every
Yeah,
time.
but Mickey Mouse, the ears
Yeah,
are
the ears
the
too.
logo of
Yeah.
many things, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Now let me ask you this. The two pandas in the zoo, do you care if they fuck? I don't.
You do.
I do.
Why don't they
I mean,
stop
not
telling
in a
me
weird
on the
way.
news the pandas didn't fuck again this year? I'm not concerned. I have no emotional stake in panda fucking, all right? If they want to, they will. If not, they'll watch The Price is Right. Probably the only reason they're not doing it on time is because some jackoff from the environmental movement has moved into the cage with them. Could you get a hard on if some guy in a green t-shirt with a stopwatch was taking your girlfriend's rectal temperature? Leave these creatures alone. And, okay, let me get a sip of water here. Hold on. All right. And as long as we're talking about the news, I don't want to hear anything more about sperm, egg donors, surrogate in vitro test tube, biological adoptive foster parents who want their baby back. Baby Jane, baby Ruth, baby this, baby that, baby it's cold outside. I don't give a shit. Leave me alone and keep it off my TV. Sick American shit. I'm also tired of hearing about innocent victims. This is an outmoded idea. There are no innocent victims. If you live on this planet, you're guilty, period. Fuck you, end of report. Next case. Next fucking case. Next case. Your birth certificate is proof of guilt. And what happened?
I know that we have a lot of older viewers, like our age and older, not so many younger ones. But can you imagine, like, for so many people nowadays, it's unimaginable that we had the TV and, like, basically no decision making in what you're gonna watch. Like, you have some channels. Like, when I was a child, I had 3 channels. I know in America you have more on the cable.
But there was a time in America when there was also just one channel, right?
Yeah, but even when you have a channel, you cannot like really decide what you're gonna do, and then commercials, and then another commercials. Now some stupid advertisement for and now it's
children nowadays will never know how it feels to have to like cram everything that you have to do in the space of the commercial break, and how that commercial break is always somehow shorter than any other one when you didn't have to do anything.
I remember first time I was watching Godfather in a Polish TV.
Oh yeah.
And it started at like 10 o'clock p.m.
No, it must have finished past 1, right?
3 o'clock during the night.
Yeah.
3 o'clock because the movie itself is like 3 hours, and the commercials, especially in the late evening, are very, very long.
I'm surprised they played all of it, because I remember when they were playing Titanic on the TV, it was always in parts.
Yeah.
They never played it the
part
whole
1,
movie.
part 2, yeah.
It was like one week after another. Okay, let's go on.
Yeah.
In this country that now suddenly everyone is walking around with their own personal bottle of water. When do we get so thirsty in America?
Hydrate
Is
or
everybody
dehydrate?
so dehydrated they have to have their own portable supply of fluids with them at all times? Get a drink before you leave the house. Another crime against society, hyphenated names. Hey lady, pick a fucking name, would you please? Pick a fucking name. Hi, I'm Emily Jericho Fortescue. Hi, I'm George Jerk Me Off. Fuck you too.
It's got so many
acquire
problems.
Personal dignity by adding a name to your name. Feminists think it's a radical act. It's not. Castrating a guy in a parking lot with a Coke bottle is a radical act. Hyphenating your name is pretentious bullshit. And what is going on with all these telephone calling plans? MCI, AT&T, is this shit really necessary? When did the phone bill become life's most critical document? In a country where you can buy cinnamon dental floss, cheese in a spray can, and edible women's panties, are people really breaking their balls to save 9 cents on a fucking phone call? You know,
it was a different time, because later there were like messages and
talking
stuff
to your
like
mother
that.
once a year might not be the most pleasant thing in the world, but it should not be seen as a critical spending decision. Something else I don't understand, motivation tapes, motivation books. What happened here? Suddenly everybody needs to be motivated? It's a fairly simple thing. Either you want to do something or you don't. What's the big mystery? Besides, if you're motivated enough to go to the store to buy a motivation book, aren't you motivated enough to do that? So you don't need the book. Put it back. Tell the clerk, fuck you, I'm motivated, I'm going home. I'm going home.
Just to be sure, because we watched some George Carlin before on this channel. Because I watched it so many times, so I don't remember. But you sure this part you also seeing the first time, or you have seen it maybe?
I feel like there are some things of what he's saying. I feel like they sound familiar, but not in this order.
Because it's 20 minutes, so it's possible that you could have seen like parts of it.
Yeah, I remember the thing that he said about motivation actually. So it's interesting that you stopped here, but nothing else so far. So I think it was either a compilation that we've seen, or like maybe he was doing this routine but in a different order or something.
I think there might be like a clip on YouTube that we might have seen that is like in the middle of this video. Maybe, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
this,
but my
so-
memory is absolutely horrible. So sorry, guys, if we don't immediately say that, oh, I've seen this joke before, because I will just not remember. But we have definitely not seen the 20 minutes. Everything that was at the beginning was new to me.
Yeah, that definitely.
And can anyone explain to me the need for 1 hour photo finishing? You just saw the fucking thing.
I don't know what it is. Do you know?
No, I'm frankly people displaying.
How can you possibly be nostalgic about a concept like a little while ago?
Guys, if you know, let us know in the
Yeah.
comments, please.
What happened?
Another complaint, too many vehicles. There are some families in this country own entirely too many vehicles. You see them on the highway in an RV. But that's not enough for them. RV's not enough. Behind them, they're towing a motorboat, go-kart, dune buggy, dirt bike, jet ski, snowmobile, parasail, hang glider, windsurfing equipment, a hot air balloon, and a small two-man deep-sea diving bell.
I'd like to be able to
Doesn't
afford
anyone
any of
just
those.
take a fucking walk anymore? The only thing these people lack is a lunar excursion module. Too many choices, America. It's not healthy. Another abomination. White guys over 10 years of age who wear their baseball hats backwards. Listen,
You don't wear a baseball hat at all.
Yeah,
white guys, let me tell you something.
Exactly.
You're never gonna be as cool as black guys. It's not gonna happen. You're white and you're lame.
poor guy.
It's a
And
Such a good
fucking
job from the
law of
cameraman.
nature. Turning your hat around and learning a complicated handshake will not make you cool. And you black guys, since you started the whole thing, I'm going to let you stay with the hats a little bit longer, but I think really, once you qualify for Social Security, it's time to spin that motherfucker around to the front again. All right?
I think it's like the biggest dick move of HBO ever, because I've seen all George Carlin specials and they never show an audience. He made like 17 specials
Oh, that's true. They do not show the
and they
audience
never
again.
show the audience, never. And the only time they do is to show this poor fucking guy who was unfortunate enough to wear a baseball hat backwards.
Well, at least he's in a special.
Another tip for the men. The thing with the earrings, it's over. It's been over for a long time. Doesn't mean anything anymore. It was supposed to piss off the squares. The squares are wearing them now.
Yeah, I remember
Doesn't
when
mean
it was
anything. It's
like a
just
rabbit hole.
fucking jewelry. Unless you have an earring with a live baby
It was
hanging
late in
from it.
Poland.
It's just jewelry. And I want you to know I'm in favor of self-mutilation and personal disfigurement. I've always said there's nothing like puncturing and perforating your skin in a dozen or so places in order to demonstrate your high self-esteem. When I see a young man decorating his scalp with a soldering iron, I say, there's a happy guy. Thinks highly of himself. And haven't we gone a little overboard with these colored ribbons for different causes? Every cause has its own colored ribbon now. Red for AIDS, blue for child abuse, pink for breast cancer, green for the rainforest, purple for urban violence. I got a brown one. You know what it means? Eat shit, motherfucker! Eat shit, motherfucker!
I only need the pink one.
Now you have the labels on Instagram, you know.
Oh, and Facebook profile photo.
Yeah.
And what can we do to silence these Christian athletes who thank
What?
Jesus whenever they win, never
Oh,
mention
yeah.
his name when they lose? Not a word. You never hear him say, Jesus made me drop the ball.
Yeah, I always find it so funny when they pray, like on the soccer field, for example, you know, like, yeah, please, dear God, make this other person who spends their entire life training for this activity fail.
Yeah, and they are like playing against Italy, and you
Yeah.
know, they have a pope, so you know. What do you expect God to do? Like, sorry.
And what if they are both praying? I think there was something like that. I don't remember which myth it was, but you know, the Greek myths about the Olympus, there was something like that both people were asking their gods for something. I don't know if it wasn't actually. Am I just thinking about Achilles and Hector? I don't know. But there was this scene when they were like both praying and then the gods had to fight it out.
Yeah.
But if there's only one god, how does he fight it out himself?
We need more gods, definitely.
We're doing it, more gods. It's just inconvenient.
Or maybe we need to have like all soccer games between the Christian countries and the Muslim countries.
Maybe. Yeah, that would be a good idea, actually.
Like instead of crusades, you know, just let's set it out on the soccer field.
The good Lord tripped me up behind the line of scrimmage. According to these guys, Jesus is undefeated. Meanwhile, these assholes are in last place. Must be another one of those miracles. And speaking of delusional people, what about a guy who hears a voice in his head tells him to kill his entire family, so he does it? Is this the only thing a voice in the head ever tells these people to do is to kill others? Doesn't a voice ever tell a guy, go take a shit on the salad bar at Wendy's?
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Doesn't a voice tell a guy to take out his dick on the merry-go-round once in a while? Well, some guys do take out their dicks on the merry-go-round, but usually it's their own idea. Something else I can do without: aftershave and cologne. And this disgusting shit that men put on their bodies. Just what I need in the elevator. Some guy standing next to me smells like a fucking pine tree. I said, go home and wash, you smelly prick. You smell like the urinal in a Portuguese cat house.
It's true.
I like it, though.
God
Women
damn,
like
guys
it.
are stupid. Guys are really fucking dumb. They think they're going to get laid with this stuff, you know. Oh, yeah, they put it on at home. Oh, boy, I'll get laid tonight. I'll get laid tonight. You don't get laid with green shit that comes out of a bottle, okay? And the only smell that's going to help you get laid might be your own natural scent. You have pheromones. It's a secondary sex characteristic. People in America, nervous about sex. They want to cover that up and disguise it. Guys in Europe, they know how to live. Guy gets in the elevator over there, he smells like a pile of dog shit.
Yeah.
That's what
People
you're
are
cheering for?
sophisticated.
I'm sophisticated.
Getting pretty tired of these guys walking around in cowboy hats and cowboy boots. You ever see these jack-offs? Can't we kill some of these motherfuckers? Walking around in a fucking cowboy hat. Grown man. It's not even Halloween, for Christ's sakes. I say, hey, Tex, grow up and get yourself a wardrobe consistent with the century you're living in. Why do certain men feel the need to dress up as mythic figures? You don't see anyone walking around in a pirate costume, do you? When's the last guy you ran into had on a Viking outfit? Make-believe cowboys. Closest they ever got to a cow is when they stopped to take a piss at an Arby's. And camcorders. Here is technology gone berserk.
Good thing he died in
Everywhere you go
2008.
now, there's some dick, some yo-yo, some putz with a camcorder, and he is going to tape everything.
Yeah.
Doesn't anyone
You
in
sweet
this country
summer
just
child.
stop
Yeah,
and
he had no
look
idea.
You don't know
at
half
things
of it.
anymore? Sort of take them in, maybe even remember them. Is that just a strange notion? Does experience have to be documented and brought home and saved on a shelf? And do people really watch this shit? Are people's lives so bankrupt they sit at home looking at things they already did? And these guys are so intense, you know. It's always guys. They won't let women touch the cameras. It's a highly technical skill. Look through a hole, push on a button, big skill. And
Yeah, but that does interest me. Like when you go to a concert and so many people are recording it, like who watches it? Because sometimes I record it, like I'm gonna come clean. I record it for like 20 seconds so that I can send it to someone that I'm there, or like I feel obliged, like obligated, so that
Yeah,
I
but
have
some
to
people record whole
have,
concert.
yeah, like I have that memory. Okay, so like if there's my favorite song playing or something, I will record like 15 seconds. Okay, like I've been there, I'll never forget. But then when you take these long recordings for the sole purpose of putting them on your Instagram story, which no one watches because everyone skips it. They're like, oh, you're at the concert, great, and like they need this 1 second of information. They're not gonna stay for your 6 stories. Or like you send it to your family and your family never watches it, but they say like, oh, so cool that you're there.
Yeah, people
So
are
who's
completely
watching
unhinged.
it? Yeah.
And I'm the person in my family who everyone knows that I'm like the killer of the fun and photos. And whenever we are somewhere and people are starting to take photos of
but you don't
every
like
fucking thing.
Yeah, but you
I'm
don't like
like
people taking photos of like every tourist attraction and monuments, but you are, which I like, you were never like that we cannot take a photo together or something, because that indeed is nice to watch in the future. Like if you have a couple of photos from the day.
but I'm a strong enemy of people doing photos on every corner when they are
Of
visiting
every
like a
building.
nice city or
But some people
new
like
place.
it, I guess, but I also don't like it.
And you need to have like a photo of you with your spouse, of you with your children, just your children, you with your parents, you without your parents. Now the photo just the thing.
Yeah.
Now let's do some effects. Like no,
But
5 photos during a day. That's the limit you have for me.
But I think it is nice to take at least like one photo, and I'm trying to do it. And just like I don't like, when people are like, "Oh, show me how I look in the photo." I never do that. I never look, because then I will never be satisfied. I just take the photo. It's done. It's over. Then in the 5 years when I no longer care and I look much worse than I looked 5 years ago, I'm still gonna think I looked awesome. I'm not gonna know. I looked bad.
Smart.
It doesn't really
Smart.
matter. Okay,
Let's go back.
let's go on.
The cameras, it's a highly technical skill. Look through a hole, push on a button, big skill, and they all think they're Federico Fellini. Ever seen any of this shit? Low angles, zooms and pans, and it's the same ugly 3 children in every goddamn shot. All the George Lucas magic in Hollywood is not going to change the unfortunate genetic configuration on the faces of these children. Keep these unfortunate youngsters out of public view. Now, a lot of these...
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
A lot of these cultural crimes I've been complaining about can be blamed on the baby boomers. Something else I'm a little tired of hearing about. The baby boomers. Whiny, narcissistic, self-indulgent people with a simple philosophy. Give me it, it's mine! Give me that, it's mine! These people were given everything. Everything was
He was
handed
hating
to them.
boomers
And they took
30
it all.
years before
Took it all. Sex,
we were.
drugs, and rock and roll, and they stayed loaded for 20 years and had a free ride. But now they're staring down the barrel of middle-age burnout, and they don't like it. They don't like it, so they've turned self-righteous. And they want to make things hard on younger people. They tell them abstain from sex, say no to drugs. As for the rock and roll, they sold that for television commercials a long time ago. So they could buy pasta machines and Stairmasters and soybean futures. Soybean futures.
Yeah, but that's true. The generation that received most from the economic growth, the generation that received most from the economic growth in America, and also the generation that is now fucking things up for the rest of them.
Yeah.
Most.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know something? They're cold, bloodless people. It's in their slogans, it's in their rhetoric. No pain, no gain. Just do it. Life is short, play hard. Shit happens, deal with it. Get a life. These people went from do your own thing to just say no. They went from love is all you need to whoever winds up with the most toys wins. And they went from cocaine to Rogaine. And you know something? They're still counting grams, only now it's fat grams. And the worst of it is the rest of us have to watch these commercials on TV for Levi's loose-fitting jeans and fat-ass Docker pants. Because these degenerate yuppie boomer cocksuckers couldn't keep their hands off the croissants and the Haagen-Dazs. And their big fat asses have spread all over and they have to wear fat-ass Docker pants. Fuck these boomers, fuck these yuppies, and fuck everybody now that I think of it.
That's easy stuff.
Yeah, he hates everyone the same, right?
Well,
But guys who wear the hats backwards.
Especially
sometimes in comedy you have to generalize. Now there's one thing you might have noticed I don't complain about. Politicians. Everybody complains about politicians. Everybody says they suck. Yeah! Well, where do people think these politicians come from? They don't fall out of the sky. They don't pass through a membrane from another reality. They come from American parents and American families, American homes, American schools, American churches, American businesses, and American universities, and they're elected by American citizens. This is the best we can do, folks. This is what we have to offer. It's what our system produces. Garbage in, garbage out. If you have
Well, sometimes they come from South Africa, but you know.
selfish, ignorant citizens, if you have selfish, ignorant citizens, you're going to get selfish, ignorant leaders. And term limits ain't going to do you any good. You're just going to wind up with a brand new bunch of selfish, ignorant Americans. So maybe it's not the politicians who suck. Maybe something else sucks around here, like the public. Yeah, the public sucks. There's a nice campaign slogan for somebody. The public sucks, fuck hope. Fuck hope. Because if it's really just the fault of these politicians, then where are all the other bright people of conscience? Where are all the bright, honest, intelligent Americans ready to step in and save the nation and lead the way? We don't have people like that in this country. Everybody's at the mall, scratching his ass, picking his nose, taking his credit card out of his fanny pack and buying a pair of sneakers with lights in them. So I have solved this little political dilemma for myself in a very simple way. On election day, I stay home. I don't vote. Fuck them. Fuck them. I don't vote. Two reasons I don't vote. First of all, it's meaningless. This country was bought and sold and paid for a long time ago. The shit they shuffle around every 4 years doesn't mean a fucking thing. And secondly, I don't vote because I believe if you vote, you have no right to complain. People like to twist that around. I know. They say, well, if you don't vote, you have no right to complain. But where's the logic in that? If you vote and you elect dishonest, incompetent people, and they get into office and screw everything up, well, you are responsible for what they have done. You caused the problem. You voted them in. You have no right to complain. I, on the other hand, who did not vote, who, in fact, did not even leave the house on election day, am in no way responsible for what these people have done and have every right to complain as loud as I want about the mess you created that I had nothing to do with. So I know that a little later on this year, you're going to have another one of those really swell presidential elections that you like so much. You'll enjoy yourselves. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm sure as soon as the election is over, your country will improve immediately. As for me, I'll be home on that day doing essentially the same thing as you. The only difference is when I get finished masturbating, I'm going to have a little something to show for it, folks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, George, very much. Yeah.
Let's keep it short, maybe, right? Because it's a long video.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask you. Yeah. I hope it will be short, but I know you were leaning more like him for the election, but that's changed in the recent months or years, right?
Sorry,
I wondered if you want to comment on it at all, because I remember you had similar views on elections as George Carlin.
Yeah, I wanted to say.
But you changed your mind, right?
Because I agree 100% with what he's saying. And especially in America back in those days, I don't think it applies to every country. But America, for me, in the 90s was stabilized enough that it didn't really matter that much what president will you choose or what party will rule. Like, there will be some changes, especially the ideological ones, but the pace of the country will move in the same direction. That's what I thought. That's what I believed. But also, I believe that in the recent years, there has been some radicalization, and I blame Trump for that mostly. And it's not only in America, just to be clear. It happened in Poland too, it happened in Europe. In Europe, I blame mostly Russia for this, for their influence, their cyber attacks, their like troll farms and stuff like that. And I think that there is a bigger radicalization of views, and you have people really like opposing each other, like
and you really do have to choose one or the other.
Yeah, and you can't just sit back and be like, oh, it doesn't really matter, because it will be like the result will be similar. Like, my life will not benefit probably at all. Like, maybe they will have some arguments about abortion or like gay rights, and that will be it. But in the recent years, for me, Trump came and he like changed the game.
Yeah, now it's really important to exercise that.
And I'm a person who was supporting, I mean, I'm not from America, but I was supporting Trump when he was elected in 2016. I was happy because for me, Hillary Clinton was like a person completely, the person you cannot trust. She's been a politician for like, 30 years. She was the wife of the president. So now we are supposed to trust that she's gonna come and like change things for people.
She was not the best person. I was more thinking about the party.
And then there was Trump, who was like a fresh face in the politics. Everyone seemed to be against him. So, for many people, it was like, okay, so those politicians that fucked us over for many years, they all hate him. So maybe it's not a bad idea to give this guy a chance. So for me, 2016, I completely understand why Trump was elected, and I was happy for it. I thought it's going to be interesting, and we can see if there is going to be some changes. But after the first 4 years, I'm like, fuck off.
I kind of get why they hated him.
I know that you guys are all always angry when I'm talking about Trump, but even like today, I was watching video of him being so happy that the market, the economy grows so much during this day, the last day, because it
I wonder
grow
why.
like 4%. But he doesn't mention that 2 days before it drops like 9 because of his politics. Now with the El Salvador, with those prisons, he is sending people there. And he just had a meeting with this president of El Salvador, and he told him that he needs to build like 5 more prisons like this.
For Americans, right? You said.
Yeah, and the journalist asked him if he can say if he will also be sending American citizens there, not only illegal immigrants. And he said that if they are criminals and they use violence,
Then yes.
we have some bad apples too in this country. We have some bad people too, and we need to get rid of them.
But this video very fun, very nice.
So yeah, like I said, I agree with George Carlin about the voting, but nowadays I think there is like a critical moment, and like in Nazi Germany in the 1930s, you also had like a party who was against all the other parties. And voting was also crucial at this point, because if you didn't vote then, then you would not have elections for 12 more years.
Yeah, indeed.
They had the election, and then Hitler was like, okay, that's it, no more elections. You chose what you had to choose.
Yeah, you need to be careful there, yeah.
Okay.
So thank you very much for watching. I see there's a lot of suggestions already popping up. I see this channel has a lot of clips put in, so you may expect some more George Carlin, as this will give us an opportunity to find clips that I haven't watched. So stay tuned for that. If you already saw this channel and you saw that there's a lot of clips that maybe you want us to see and we haven't seen, then please suggest what you'd like us to see.
And let us know if you like the whole thing, because we changed the lights too, so let us know how does it look. We played with the sound also.
Yeah, everything is kind of tweaked, and we hope that this is the best video you've seen so far quality-wise.
So long.
Yeah, so please let us know and leave us a like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, because as you see, we're constantly improving and we have a lot of content. So yeah, we'll talk to you in the next video. Bye!
Goodbye.